Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're digging into Dr. Rangan Chatterjee's book, Happy Mind, Happy Life, using a fantastic summary from learner.org to get right to the heart of it all. We're going to break down the practical skills you can actually use to build lasting well-being. So let's just jump right in with this question, because I think we've all been there, right? You're doing all the things you're supposed to do. You get the promotion, you buy the new gadget, you get the likes on social media, but something's still off. You feel a little empty. It's like we're all stuck on this hamster wheel that promises happiness but never quite gets us there.
And that feeling? Well, it turns out the book has a perfect name for it, and that's what this first section is all about. It's called the Junk Happiness Trap. Think of it exactly like junk food. You know, it's easy, it's right there, and it gives you that immediate rush. But there's no real substance, no real nourishment. Junk happiness is just an illusion. It's a quick fix that distracts us from what really makes us feel good long term, and it just leaves us craving another hit.
Okay, so if junk happiness is the trap, how do we get out? What's the real deal? The book argues that we've got to stop chasing these temporary fixes and instead focus on building something way more stable, something that's going to last.
And that's where this idea of core happiness comes in. Now, unlike the junk stuff, this isn't something you can just go out and buy. It's a skill. It's something you have to practice and cultivate. It's not some far-off destination. It's the solid foundation you build for your life one day at a time.
The book uses this brilliant metaphor to explain it: a three-legged stool. For it to be stable, you need all three legs to be strong. The first leg is alignment. That's when what you do every day actually lines up with what you believe in. The second is contentment, that feeling of being at peace with where you are. And the third is control, the feeling that you actually have a say in your own life. If any one of those legs is wobbly, the whole stool is going to tip over.
So how do we start building this stool? Well, first we've got to understand the part of our own brain that keeps leading us straight into that junk happiness trap in the first place. Deep inside, we all have this ancient hardwired part of our brain that's just focused on survival. It's always scanning for more money, more status, more stuff. It's the voice that whispers, "Oh, if you just get that next promotion, then you'll be happy." But it's a total myth. That part of our brain is confusing what we need to survive with what we need to truly thrive. And this really gets to the core of it, doesn't it? Taming that want brain is all about redefining success for yourself. It's about deciding what enough actually looks and feels like to you, totally separate from what society is telling you to chase. So, what does this actually look like in real life? Well, it's about shifting your focus. Instead of chasing external things like more money or a fancy title, you start prioritizing these simple internal habits. Things that genuinely fill you up, not things that just look good to other people. And here's a really powerful way to do that. Stop defining yourself by labels, like your job title. Instead, anchor your identity in your core values. When you see yourself as a curious person or an honest person, you build this deep sense of self that doesn't change when your job does. That's how you strengthen that alignment leg of the stool. All right, we've talked about alignment. Now, what about that third leg, control? This is absolutely huge, especially today when it feels like we're being pulled in a million different directions at once. It's all about managing your inner world. Take a look at this number for a second. 80,000. Any guesses what that is? It's kind of mind-blowing. It's roughly the number of different drink combinations you can order at a typical Starbucks. And that Starbucks example is just one tiny piece of the puzzle. Our modern lives are just a constant barrage of tiny, meaningless choices. The book calls them micro-stress doses, and each one drains a little bit of our mental energy, leaving us totally exhausted and feeling like we have no control at all. So the trick here is to save your brain power for the choices that actually matter. You do that by basically putting the small stuff on autopilot. Create routines, make rules for yourself. Decide you're always going to buy the same brand of toothpaste, or you'll wear a similar outfit every day. Free up that mental space for the big stuff. But, feeling in control isn't just about the choices you make. It's also about the stories you tell yourself. It's not what happens to you that defines your happiness. It's the meaning you give to it. You have the power to reframe things, to stop seeing yourself as a victim, and to choose a story that actually makes you stronger. Okay, so this is all really great stuff in theory, right? But the whole point of core happiness is that it's a skill. Something you do. So what can you do like today, as soon as this is over?
The book offers this incredibly simple, but seriously profound exercise. It's a way to immediately shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. And what's amazing is that it's been scientifically proven to boost happiness not just for you, but for the person you're thanking, too. It's a total win-win. And that right there, taking a huge, life-changing idea and boiling it down into one simple, powerful step you can take, that's what this is all about. It's exactly what great book summaries, like the one from Learner.org that we've been walking through, do so incredibly well. They make big ideas accessible and actionable.
So at the end of the day, happiness isn't some treasure you have to find. It's a practice. It's something you build every single day. And your practice can start right now with this one simple, powerful question.